You guys hear me? Random question. Okay. Turning this down on your end. That's from a band called Will's Dissolve. I'll talk about them a little bit once the stream gets started. The first thing that I wanted to do, though, while we're at the intro screen, is sort of apologize. This is the busiest layout I think I've ever had, and you'll see why. Because there's literally 25 video options for VIDEOMANIA, and cramming all of that onto the left-hand side of the screen looks just ridiculous. But yeah, it's all I've got. So if you want to see, or if you can't see the options or anything like that, use ! VIDEOMANIA. You'll see all the details for the event. And you'll also see the full list. So whenever you donate, if you decide to donate, that's completely on you. I'll be asking you which of the videos that you want to support with your donation, 1 through 25. So, yeah. I'm going to reveal it, but it's, like I said, it's pretty busy. Oh, of course. Doesn't matter. Webcam, not the autofocus. Just does that pure random. Hello! Look, it's little Blazy. For those of you who saw the Kitten Club video, this is one of the little kiddos. In that video, she was wearing a... shoot, what color was she wearing? They, whenever I took those videos, they were just wearing yarn as their collars. Also, I don't like that. That's better. They're just wearing yarn as collars, and now they have actual, like, full-fledged collars. So, yeah. There's a little bit of a difference. But she was behind the computer, and then she came to see me. And now she is passing out. Put her up here a little bit higher so you can see her. There's her face. I'm going to try and put her over here on these comfy pillows. Comfy pillows, Blazy. I don't think she's going to want them. She'll probably come back to me. She probably wants me. But we'll see. So, how's everyone's Friday going, and all that? Hope everything's been going alright for you. For me, it's been... the last, like, I would say 12 to 15 hours have been a trial. They've been really bad. I've not enjoyed those hours very much, and have been kind of like, so I'm hoping that streaming for a little bit will kind of help. This is not going to be a very long stream. This will probably only go until about 6:30, so about 2 hours and change. This is kind of just to introduce what we have going on for VIDEOMANIA, and VIDEOMANIA is going to be going on along for quite a while. This will be taking us into the end of the year. So, we'll be streaming a couple of different times, for sure. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays will probably be whenever we stream. Hey, Celtic Girl, nice to see ya. Nice to see ya. Metal Fury is requesting with number 7. Wow, he's going right into it. 5 reasons people hate deathcore. Now I'm going to see how this works. This is going to be a mess for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Yay, it actually works. I would like for that to be a little bit more crisp, but I think what I'm going to probably end up doing is I'll probably have to make another one of my famous spreadsheets just to give myself a little bit more in the way of you know, logic. Yeah, Metal Fury, I see that you requested Ruiner from 9 Inch Nails. Thank you very much, dude. You want to add a song to the list, you have to edit the list. Yes. And with that link, you should be able to do so. You should be able to do so. Hey. We don't swipe at chords, little miss. Blaze has a couple of very, very bad habits. One of which is that she likes to climb me. She has now become my personal hairdresser as she started to put her paws up on the top of my head and is like licks and eats at my hair. It's really weird. Like, I have never seen a cat do that ever. And she fidgets and flails a good bit whenever she's up there. So these last 2 days, I've gotten my ear swiped, and today the claw got caught on my ear, and then it felt like it ripped part of my ear off, but it didn't, thankfully. And speaking of, here she goes. Little Blazy, you may have to head out all dependent. I can't have you being bad while I'm streaming. I can't have you being bad. But if you want to lay with me, that's okay. If you want to lay with me, that's fine. Rift Notebook in the house. You're streaming from a hospital bed, Andrew. Oh, dude. Wow, dude, I am hoping that you definitely get well soon. Take a guess to what incentive? Oh, there's only 25 of them. I'm guessing you're going to go for Rank 'em All Arion? But yeah, the band that you're listening to right now is a band called Will's Dissolve. These guys have all of the best aspects of bands such as Neobliviscaris, Opeth, but there's a lot of Ahab. I hear like a lot of Ahab / Doom in this, and it's pretty awesome. But €2.29, Arion Day 8 School. It's time to play everyone's favorite game of what's the exchange rate like for the euro. The answer is about the same as it's been, 260. So thanks very much. We'll go ahead and add that on board. This is also going to be just a nightmare. Good God. Where is it? 15. Yeah, unfortunately, this is like extremely difficult for me as well. So I've not exactly helped myself in this situation. Oh, God damn it. There we go. This is the only way that I could think to do a thing with this. I'm not good enough whenever it comes to programming or anything like that in order to try to make something like that. Feels like something that I would need to maybe commission out to somebody or like ask somebody for a little bit of help, but I'm kind of OG. I try to like to do things on my own and just I don't know. I'm growing really tired of things. Rift Notebook on board with Leprous and Leashes for Rank 'em All Catatonia. Thank you very much. Waterblanc coming back in with Sirenia. Love Like Cyanide. I'm assuming that still goes to the same incentive. I need to find that Catatonia video. Good gosh, I'm hurting myself. I'm hurting myself. Uh-oh, you're falling. No, don't fall. Tool Rules is in the house. I actually have a very special I have a very, very special video for you. That's part of VIDEOMANIA, and that's why Tool's new album will disappoint you. And as a spoiler alert, it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual, like, content. It has nothing to do with the actual content. It actually has everything to do with the fact that this is being hyped for so long that it almost seems impossible for it to fulfill expectations. Cell Divides by Haken. Riff is, of course, going to be going full tilt on the Rank 'em All Catatonia. I know that. It's silly for me to think otherwise. Oh. This right here is just bliss. Oh my god. Such a freaking good track, and honestly a very good debut album. These guys are from Texas. These guys are from Texas. Exclamation point request songs, and follow the directions that you got there from doing that, Robert, and that's how we get the requests on board. But yeah, Tool is not going to that album's not going to deliver the way you want. At this point, that album is just a meme. Yeah, Twistle, they've been on another level as of late. I'm telling you what. And the thing is, it's affected the three boys that I've had before the Mama and Kittens came along, and it's been a very big. It's been a really big sort of balance of power in order to try to, you know, get everybody even just something simple as fed, because Mama's a little vacuum cleaner and wants to eat everything. So that gets to be a really big power struggle that occurs. And it's just, in many ways, it's just very, it's sometimes really difficult to watch. Like, it's sometimes really hard just to do that. It's hard to watch and know that you're trying to do all that you can. And my boys have been really, they've sacrificed a lot for Mama and her kittens. They've been little gentlemen, and I'm very proud of them for that, but at the same time, I know that they're getting tired of it. Like, they're giving me looks like, is this my life now? Like, is this what life is? And I have to, you know, continuously remind them, no, this isn't, you know, this is temporary. And Mama's like a heat-seeking missile whenever it comes to food. She's a whiner, she's a conniver, she runs, she doesn't take, you know, she really doesn't listen very well. That's just sort of how it goes. Abnormal Nico, this is about it. What I do on my streams is that we talk about life, we listen to music, we talk about music, we joke around and have a good time, and we, you know, usually we have a cause that's attached to donations and everything like that. There's not really one that's attached to this one. However, we do have an incentive that if, for whatever reason, during the entirety of this event, we hit $3,000, which means every single video gets unlocked. There's a $1,000 Toys for Tots donation up for grabs, since this is right around Christmas time that this is happening. So that's pretty much what we do. And what are you doing, little girl? I would show you what's going on right now, but it's probably a little bit inappropriate. Average Alien SD, thank you very much, dude. I know there hasn't been many, but I do what I can. I do a lot more streaming than I do video making these days, because I'm bored of making videos, to be honest. You might think, man, you don't do very much with them, so how can you get bored with it? It is still a time-consuming process. I have a lot of sort of barriers that are in my way whenever it comes to what comes out of the you know, outside the camera and how that gets recorded. The audio is, of course, in many folks' opinions, a huge issue. Everything's an issue. You can't please people. You know, people want you to make videos, and then you make videos, and people say, "Oh, well, you didn't make the video I wanted." So what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit here for 20 hours every day and make a video of everything I listen to and do nothing else? You know, not clean my house, not, you know, go out, not make any sort of money for myself? You know, is that what people want? And then you're not supporting the scene, man. It's the thing that happens behind the scenes whenever you're an album reviewer or really in anything creative is that you have to remember that you can't please everybody. What's my favorite band lately? Lately, I've been listening to actually a non-metal band obsessively by the name of Teenage Wrist. I absolutely love them. They're a nice, like, 1990s shoegaze throwback. And that's just been what I've been really rocking a lot. This band here that you're listening to, Wills Dissolve, was a pleasant surprise. They were a band that I just sort of clicked on the full album video a couple nights ago, just thinking, what the heck, you know, maybe this will be kind of cool. And then it ended up being a really, really great debut. You know, I was very impressed by what I heard. The very first track off of this album is a little weak, but their songwriting improves as the album goes on. So, like, we're right now on a song called On This Cold November Night, but, like, Four Signs From On High and this track especially just really amp up their songwriting chops, and I'm really proud of them. The album is entitled The Heavens Are Not On Fire. But we have some requests that we need to get to, so unfortunately I'm going to have to cease this, despite the fact that it's awesome. And we have Ruiner from 9 Inch Nails to get to first. This was requested from Metal Fury. And he, the way this works is very, very simple. If you make a request, then do let me know which video that you're looking to support with those dollars, with that request amount. It's very, very simple. We make it to $100 on any one video. That video gets made. The only way that this is different by comparison to what we did last year was an event known as List Mania. As Waterblown comes in with some My Bloody Valentine. I mentioned shoegaze and he responds with shoegaze. But the only thing that's different about this is that instead of it being all lists, of course, we have some different styles of video that are out there and available. We have 5 Reasons videos, we have reaction videos, we have rank 'em alls. There's a lot of different lists that are available as the Riff Notebook comes in with 5 more for The Weapon by The Weapon by Cult of Luna. And I know which one he is going for. He's going for Rank 'em All Catatonia. If you really want to see one video and you know that all of your donations are going to be supporting that, try to let me know. And I tend to remember some things every so often, just not nearly as often as I probably ought, because I am not perfect. I'm far from it, and it's, you know, I guess you're supposed to be perfect if you're in this position. Lane G says he's poor white trash. I am too. Thank you, Celtic Girl. I really appreciate that. It does get really frustrating, I have to say, because there's a serious misnomer out there that if you have subscribers in the 5 digits, you know, a subscribership in the 5 digits, that you are extremely wealthy from ad revenue and stuff like that. It's just not the case at all. Like, it's a really big misnomer. To give you a great example, a video in the old system that had 100,000 views on it was only making like $100, if that. it's very dependent upon what ads that you got. And then the Adpocalypse came, so that's great. How long will the stream series go on for? It's going to go on until the first or second week of December, so it's going to be a little while. It's going to be a little while. So, about a month for sure. The only reason why is that eventually I'm going to have to take more time to get the best of list handled. Get that done, because that video is always the longest video to make every single year. Because I try to put the information somewhere. You know, I like to put either the name of the album or the album cover, or both. You know, I'd prefer to do both. I think both would be very nice. So yeah, this will be going on for quite some time. I do what I can, man. And I'll tell you what I should probably do is that since VIDEOMANIA really doesn't have a cause attached to it, it'll definitely be something where I think that some necessary upgrades are going to have to happen or be purchased. So we're gonna go with that. Yeah, Waterblanc, like I said, I try, but it's just, wow. Okay. We're starting off fresh. We are starting off fresh over on the PayPal side. Random amount, but a good one. Justin Neely wants to support number 6, and he supports it with $21. The songs that he has are Stained, Four Walls, Paul Bearer with Vanished, and Covet with Glimmer. And also says, I'm going to send you an email soon. Okay, Justin, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We'll get those songs added to the list. And like I said, I need to get this... Hey, he's supporting Rank 'Em All Catatonia as well. And so right now that video has a clear lead at the moment. There's no real competition, though, whenever it comes to this. This isn't like Bid Wars, where, you know, there's a potential for just 1 or 2 videos to be made. Well, I guess it kind of is like Bid Wars, but this is simple. It caps off at 100. Whenever we get to $100 for one video, it will be not so much taken off the board as it'll have a little notation next to it that says funded or completed. So up next we have Ariane with Day 8 School. Waterblanc is firmly behind the Rank 'Em All for Ariane that is on the list there. If you want, I can run down all of the different videos for you. I know some may have some struggles with seeing those. Those are very, very small. I know that. And I was disappointed the more that I had to actually... the more that I had to... thrust that downward whenever it came to the font size. So let's actually do a quick little run through. 5 reasons people hate Greta Van Fleet is number 1. Number 2 is why Tool's new album will disappoint. 3 is CKN reacts to Dream Theater's new album. I'd like to see that funded pretty quick. That way we could just get it out. Number 4, CKN reacts to Christmas music. I can guarantee you that's going to be very, very anger-filled. Number 5 is top 10 new metal bands. Kind of got that idea while I was listening to some music on the radio. Number 6 is Rank 'Em All Catatonia. Number 7 is 5 reasons people hate deathcore. 8, CKN reacts to Greta Van Fleet haters. I have some interesting things to say whenever it comes to that. Number 9, why hybrid metal should be a genre. Number 10, Rank 'Em All Machine Head. Fun. 11, top 10 heavy metal genres. 12, 5 reasons people hate thrash metal. That should be interesting, considering I love thrash. 13, CKN reacts to the supposed rumored Metallica / Lady Gaga album that's supposed to come in 2019. That's going to be a big factor next year. 14, why Ghost will never be as big as Metallica. Number 15, Rank 'Em All Ariane, which, like I said, Waterblanc is supporting. Number 16, 5 times being a metal fan was scary. Like, literally scary if you were a fan. Of course, we didn't care. We were big, tough guys and strong, awesome ladies, but... given the environment, it was kind of scary. 17, top 10 wrestling themes for 2018. Hi, Tetsuya Naito, love you. That was number 17. Number 18, 5 Reasons People Hate Steel Panther. That was actually a comment I saw in a video. I thought it was a pretty good idea. Number 19, Why the Big Four Could Be the Big Six. We've talked about this on stream, so to see that in video form would be really neat. Number 20, Rank 'Em All Pink Floyd. Number 21, a Christmas Kitten video. Where's Svetlana? Number 22, 5 Reasons People Hate WWE. Decided to do a little something different there. 23, Rank 'Em All in Flames. Number 24, Why Metal Fans Take Themselves Too Seriously. That could rustle some feathers. And 25, Top 10 Heavy Metal Idiots of All Time. And that's going to be specific to heavy metal. Average Alien SD with $5. Imagine Dragons sucks huge balls. Average Alien, thank you very much. Hey brother, that $5 that you just so generously gave, which of those videos would you like to fund with it? Anything catch your eye? Any video that you really want to see? Dominic W says, check your PayPal, put mine at number 11. Oh my gosh, we have stuff coming in next. You know, just... I can't talk. Speaking is hard. Blah, 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 blah. Am I going to shoot the videos in short time like last year? You bet. I will... Will I release them, like, in a marathon? Maybe. I don't know. That's a really good question. Number 7 for Average Alien. See, this is also where things get a little bit ridiculous because now I need to... Okay, Dominic is number 11. So, number 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is now at 888 because it's 666 from Dominic. Oh wait, Dominic wanted his towards number 11. Shit, hold on. Everything's going wrong. Not really. How the hell did I even get to that though? Cancel. Okay. That is the $5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is where the 666 goes. That is unfortunately not the next song, Ride the Comet. Well, thank you very much, Dominic. We also have another donation. This one is from Michael Ziegler. Or is that Ziegler? Is that like Dolph Ziggler? Is that like Ziggler? That's 10 euros. Wow, that's a pretty big amount. So, hey, Michael, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Which of those would you like it to go to, man? Let me know what to do with that 1134. I'm actually going to do something. I might do something. I don't know. I'm thinking. No, I will not be getting rid of Nightbot. That is absolutely not going to happen. It's a 34-second clip, and I've heard it. So, I know of it. Nightbot will not be getting deleted. Sorry, I had to defend my heritage. So, thanks to everybody who has come out and has been so generous thus far. So 666. That makes it 51, and then the 66 gives it a 4 and a 6. Yeah, you definitely cannot post a link unless you are a moderator. And moderators, I don't think we currently have something. Should do a giveaway sometime soon, or a giveaway game. What are most reasons why people hate Greta Van Fleet? I don't know. We need to maybe get that funded and find out. How can you be a moderator? You can't. I choose those. So, Michael Ziegler, I'm still waiting to see where you would like your $11.34 to go. And that's a pretty big amount, so that's definitely one where it would help out one of the videos. Because remember, the videos just require a very, very simple $100 in order to be funded. So, hopefully we do get something from Michael. Maru with €3.50. What I'm actually going to do here is to keep that up. I'm going to open a brand new tab. Brand new tabby tab. $3.97 from Maru going toward number 21. To number 21. Okay, well, that takes me to 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's $3.97. I may disable the total, like the grand total down there. I may actually disable that if this continues to be a little bit problematic. Who's the worst reviewer on in YouTube history? Me. How much do mods get paid? They get paid with my love and affection, which is truly the greatest of all gifts. Nah, the mods don't get paid. I'm not a big enough streamer for my mods to need to get paid. Leprous with leashes, and plus, you know, the funny thing is half the time you'll notice that most of my mods can't show up until later on in the day. So, there you go. I don't think they'd want my payment anyway. I think they'd want, like, CDs and stuff. They'd want music. Although one of them is getting way too much. He can't keep up. Leashes by Leprous. Up next. Wow. Water Blanc coming in hot. With the $5.49. Metal Fury with the $2. With After the Burial. Cursing Akhenaton. I know where yours is going toward number 7. And I also know where Water Blanc's is heading. So thank you very much for that. We are going to get to that momentarily. There's that. And now, number 15. I see a problem. Oh no. I see something that's going to be a real issue. That's alright. Whatever. Hello? Okay, thank you. At 622, which puts that at 1502, which is very difficult to see. I understand. I also understand that the justification is just a little bit off, just by a hint. But thanks to both of you, I appreciate that. We have a huge queue already. That's crazy. I assume you guys missed me? If you guys missed me, then thank you. Oh, I love you. That's so nice. Y'all heard of the free request queue? Yep, it's there too. Wonder how Justin's doing? He has actually got some requests in. He's doing pretty well, I think. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know why that's... That's on my side. That's on that end. There we go. That should give you a little bit more balance. What is the most underrated Iron Maiden album? The X Factor. The X Factor, I would say. Zach D, I'll see you later, man. How do you think the left would react if Trump cured cancer? About the same way that the right would react if the left took away guns and got gun control signed into law. I don't know, maybe. I really don't know. I can tell you one thing. If he cured cancer, it wouldn't be free. But, I don't know. I really don't care about politics right now. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad Tuesday's over with. I've enjoyed my non-political ad videos. I've enjoyed my non-political conversations that I'm not having on Facebook and other forms of social media. Really, by and large, for my state, it was a really good night. I kind of knew that a lot of folks were going to hold serve. Like, this is the only, like, political talk I'll have. Like, I knew that there was going to be a lot of, like, seats and stuff that held serve. The only one that I honestly was really disappointed about was in the local election for state representative. So the person that goes to the state House of Representatives, the gentleman who has been in for the last couple of years, got reelected, and he's done absolutely nothing for this area. And so I was kind of hoping for a change there, but it didn't happen. And you know, what can you do? Love Like Cyanide is up next by Sirenia. This is requested by Waterblanc. Thoughts on Nietzsche? God is dead and we killed him. That's all that really needs to be said. And after some of the things that I see, like I saw some video on Facebook that was basically a crystal meth rap music video. And if you ever see what crystal meth does to people, it's really, really sad. Like, these people practically look skeletal, and they had boils, and oh my gosh. Basically, think of any video game that you've ever played, where you would fight like some sort of mutated force, and that's what they look like. They look like mutated forces. And that was my response to it. That very quote, God is dead and we have killed him. God equals dog. Jaguar dog. School went on lockdown yesterday and today because of shooter. What? Really? Alec, dude. Glad to see that you're okay. Or, you know, probably not actually, people. Oh, Kevin Spacey. Guy in the parking lot with a gun. Oh my gosh. I just don't understand it. I don't really understand what these folks think that they're gaining from these different things that they're doing. Like, it just really blows my mind. Sometimes. It really does. It blows my mind. 10 more euros from Michael, from Mike Ziegler. Hopefully he was able to get his number in this time. What in the world is going on? Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that. Take the whole 20 to number 2. Okay. Well, you're in luck, actually, Mike, because it's more than 20. It's actually more than 20. It's actually 22.68. So he wasn't good at number 2. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate that. That is pretty darn awesome of you. I saw that we had another one come in, so give me a moment just to update this, and we will get there. Neil came in with the £2 and 29. 2 pounds 29. So I asked to you, Mr. Neil, who wants to hear some Queens of the Stone Age. That's awesome and great. Which of those 25 videos are you looking to support with that $2.97? Hey, that one was easy. This is a kind of a really interesting song. You know, you have expectations for this song, and then all of a sudden it turns into a black metal song for like an hour, like a minute. And then it just goes right back to being power metal. Sirenia is pretty crazy. What happened that was so awesome a minute ago? Nice donation. 2 €10 donations from Michael Ziegler. Or, I hope it's Ziegler. You know, I kind of do hope it's Ziegler. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. And every, like, spelling I've ever seen of that, it's always been Ziegler, not Ziegler. Like, I had a neighbor who was actually my babysitter back whenever I was, like, super duper little, like 5 or 6. She married a man whose last name spelled the same way, and it was Ziegler. And then, of course, Dolph Ziggler is a different spelling of that. I think with his name it's Ziggler. They spell it very literally. Yes, new Hex Vessel is coming. That is extremely exciting. Neil, once again, if you did let me know where you wanted the donation to go, which of the 25 videos, please repeat it, because I didn't see it. But thank you very much. I appreciate the generosity. I appreciate all the generosity that's been coming in so far. Like I said, it's like you guys missed me or something. And if you did, well, I missed you guys too. You guys make me happy. CKN Club 444 Life. Only Shallow by My Bloody Valentine. I bloody love this song. And it's, of course, like the atypical My Bloody Valentine My Bloody Valentine song, but it's just too good. Since Pink Floyd is my favorite band, which payment method gives you the most of the cut? That would be PayPal, Delta Girl. Yeah, that is PayPal. Super Chat is through YouTube, and oftentimes is a bastard. Hey, I can actually use reference points. Nice. That was what, $2 and something else? Blah blah blah. $2.97. So $2.97. That rules. Waterblonde going for another Sirenia song. Going with In a Manica. I know where that's going, buddy. You don't have to tell me twice. The reason why I might just like cut off this bottomless, like this running total, is that it's gonna get botched. I'm gonna have to just fix it whenever I go in. The funny thing is that right now I know exactly where you're at whenever it comes to how much you donated today, Waterbomb. It's hysterical. That kind of helps me too. And going for a Paramore song along that, part 2. So he's continuing on his rampage. Nicely done, my friend. Nicely done. I feel like most of these streams are just going to be me inputting amounts, which is pretty much what they are anyway. Wait, how did that happen? That seems impossible. Oh well. Actually, no. I'm not. Because I hate money! Yeah. Oh, PayPal does take a fee for the international. I forgot about that. I did forget about that. What software do I use for the text? I'm just using OBS. I'm just using OBS. Open Broadcast System. and it's not even, I'm not even using Pro. Mostly because Pro does not work very comfortably with my laptop, but that switch will come very soon. So, what ideally would probably be best for me would be if I could somehow, or I need to get in contact maybe with Big John, or one of my friends that I know does a little bit of programming work, and maybe ask some advice, or maybe get some things worked up. One thing that'll definitely help will be if I were to start doing something very consistent as opposed to trying to change things up every month, you know what I mean? Either that or just try to get like some sort of universal customizable layout in mind. But yeah, it's kind of a... I like to do things a little bit differently each time. It's just what I kind of prefer it. Neil coming in with £1.99, smashing pumpkins of mayonnaise. Because Billy was insane. It's $2.58, that's going toward number 22. But before we do that, we have to get some Cult of Luna up and running. It's Cult of Luna with I, the Weapon. Or One, the Weapon. It's a weapon. Ooh, somebody has a weapon. He's got a gun! Uh-oh. He's got an ad. It's just for Xbox. Enjoy this ad. Yay, an ad. Waterball coming in as well. We have another one from him. €4.49. So here's some Gamma Ray Rebellion in Dreamland. And I said this is probably going to be a short stream. I don't think it's going to be a short stream. I think you guys are aiming to make this lengthy. And I said it'd be a short stream. 509 heading toward number 15. So again, impressive. Impressive, the support of this guy. The support of this guy. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. I am going to turn off the grand total. I'll tell you right now, the grand total right now is absolutely meaningless until $500. $500 is the first place where the grand total is necessary. Like a necessary thing that we need. Wait a minute. I might be wrong about that. Oh, yeah. No, $500. Sorry, I had to check something. So, at this point, that's kind of an unnecessary tool that, you know, we'll be able to work without at the moment. Whenever it comes to, what, Smashing Pumpkins? I think it's going to be interesting, but again, like, it's perplexing to me because Billy's, of course, working with the NWA, and I know that he could easily go on tour while doing that. That's not really that big of an issue. You know, NWA is going to do just fine without him being there, but it kind of seems like Billy is just trying to do as much as he can. Dominic says, check PayPal. Will do. Wow. Dominic running hot. $20. Hey, Dominic, where would you like to... hold on. Let me see. Can I remember? Yours goes to number 11. Yours goes to number 11, right? 442 from Maru, going toward number 15. Why? That'll be a disappointment. It'll be a disappointment because it's not going to happen. Because it won't happen. That'll be why. Play the 7th Circle and Memento Mori by Architects and the Polar Dream by Stellar Circus. Alright, I'm gonna have to do it. Ah, no! And yes, number 11. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to get up a friendly text file. Number 11. So it goes. ISIS is incredible. That's all I'll say. ISIS is a terrific game. Thank you very much for that, Dominic. We have a really, really, really big queue. And it got increased by Waterblanc with ABBA. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, everybody needs to relax for a couple minutes. Numbers 15 or 21 from now on, just to make things more confusing. No! Ah! I thought you loved me. Why are you making my head hurt? I'm kidding. I thought you loved me. Why are you making my head hurt? That's just really funny to say. It's very pleasing on the mouth. You hate Money about as much as you hate Hell's Headbangers. Oh gosh. Well, again, we will have gift cards available at certain random amounts. They're secret incentives. I even made secret B amounts. However, again, I will work with people whenever it comes to where it's heading, you know. Like, for example, Maru has a $10 gift certificate available to essentially a place of her choosing. You know, whatever might help her out and not cost an arm, a leg, and a titty. And of course, Waterblanc, I'll do that in the future if you happen to win again. Hopefully, there is some place that we can sort of work with that will not attempt to destroy you with savage charges. Or if you want to deflect, you know, you can do whatever you want. What's my opinion on Maroon 5? Auto-tune has taken its toll on them. They were once good, but now they suck balls. Anyway, there we go. That is the best way that I could describe them. You're finding music to finish your latest cosmic horror novel. Eric, cosmic horror novel? Interesting. I like it. I'm kind of like, I'm morbidly curious as to what that even entails, and I just realized I need to hop over to PayPal and make sure that stuff is happening. Make sure that properness occurs. Properness. I need a timestamp. Wow, just in time. Damn. How'd I do that? Best Coheed and Cambria CD. I'm really attached to New World for Tomorrow. I like that album a lot. I enjoyed Second Stage Turbine Blade a lot. I listened to that back whenever it came out, and it didn't really blow my mind, but I was in college, and my roommate and I really enjoyed listening to it. So that's been really neat. This is Cult of Luna, Metal Fury. This is Cult of Luna. Syndic Calls by ISIS. By the way, Will's Dissolve, the band that opened up the stream. I know that his goes toward Renkamal Catatonia, by the way. Will's Dissolve is it's based on an ISIS song. There's an ISIS song by that same name, and that's where they got their name from. Python is writing a novel as well. But cool, I'm glad that the bands have helped you with writing that novel. I hope to one day get to read it. My reading list is really, really long. Guess you're in the post-metal mood? I don't blame you. Evoking a Hypnagogia new album? New album? No, I haven't, Joe. I thought... Wait a minute. I thought we did have somebody that was working on a novel. Perhaps that's what I should be doing. Perhaps instead of streaming my face, I should just have like Microsoft Word up, and I should just be typing and like not even talk or anything like that, or only talk. You only hear me whenever I get frustrated with writer's block, and like you hear me throw things against the wall. What's my favorite band that Devin Townsend is a part of? I mean, I like Strapping Young Lad, but man, his solo stuff is just... I like it because of the diversity. He has so many options. He has so many options. So it's really hard to argue against his solo work. I was working on a novel. I'm not, but I have like 6 ideas. I have 6 novel ideas, if you can believe that. Whether or not that will ever happen, if I ever do write any of those, they'll never get finished. That's been my biggest problem. Because I have actually, I attempted to write a novel on a pair of different occasions. This is 4 Walls by Stained, by the way. This is off of Tormented. So this is going to sound a little different than what you might be expecting from Stained, because this is their first album, which very, very hard to find, extremely rare. If you actually find a copy of this, pick it up, because it's probably worth some money. Very similar to the first Slipknot album. But anyway. Oh no! Am I looking forward to Dream Theater's new album? Yeah, I am. I think it's going to be a lot better than The Astonishing. And I'm not even going to take like shots at The Astonishing whenever it comes to that. It's just way too long of an album. Cathartic Lulu? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you've sampled Vector, Eric. I don't know if you've sampled the band by the name of Vector, but you may enjoy that quite a bit, especially since you said it's like a cosmic horror novel. They do some pretty cosmic stuff with their albums. I'm trying to think of other bands that might be right up the alley. If you like Elder, then you obviously have kind of like a deal. You really enjoy some like psychedelic prog doom, if you want to call it that. Stone Meadow of Doom is a great channel to check out if you like the music like that. Some of it might end up being a little bit more just stoner, and that can be a little bit of a put-off. High on Fire is another great request or recommendation. We have 229, again, from Waterblanc Theater Tragedy with Silence. I think he's telling me to shut up. No, I'm kidding. No, he's not. A lovely man with a lovely message. One of the bands that I just listened to that I really enjoyed was an album. It's more of a rock album from a band called Why Goats Fly. It's just kind of ridiculous. The name of the band alone was what made me click the link and listen to it. And it's not bad. Like I said, it's more of like a stoner rock album as opposed to like a metal album, but it was a lot of fun. Would I read a novel written by Brendan Small? I don't know if I would these days. 10 years ago, probably. But these days, I'll tell you what I want to pick out, or pick up at some point, is Clive Barker. Some Clive Barker. And not necessarily the novel that inspired Hellraiser. I'd like to sample some of his other work. Because I remember that there was a book of his, it was in the middle of the 2000s, I think it was called like Mr. Death or something like it. It was a really dumb sounding title. But his approach just within the first couple of pages was so comedic and really light. That it was really, and it was like a darkness. It was like a dark lightheartedness where he's talking about entrails, and you know, because it's all about a demon. But his approach to it was kind of like he's just walking down the street telling his story with a camera pan on him. It was really cool. I liked it. So I'm really hoping to maybe check that out. But I'm still obsessed with Bernard Cornwell and the Saxon Stories series. Have I seen Burnt Offerings? I've not, actually. But it makes me think of the original Wicker Man. Not the remake that we just got. That remake was kind of bleh. But I do have a funny story about that movie. I saw that movie with a friend. The new Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage, I think. And at the end, whenever he gets burnt alive, or the fact that he doesn't get burnt alive in the true cut, like the theatrical cut, he survives and escapes. My friend was like, "That's a really good ending," you know. And I'm like, "No, it's not. That ending sucked." You know, that is not how the original ended. The original ends with the main character burning alive in the Wicker Man. That's how it's supposed to end. That's how it's supposed to go. We argued about that for about, 10 minutes or so, and, let bygones be bygones. She was mad at me for a while. I was just like, what? You're mad at me over a movie ending? Whatever. So, lo and behold, whenever it comes out on DVD, I see it, and in the special features, they changed that for the screen because they had already filmed the ending where he dies in The Wicker Man. Like it was supposed to happen. So it was kind of like, oh, well, I guess get the best of both worlds. Oh, the original Wicker Man's amazing. The original Wicker Man has far more kind of going for it than the remake does. Paul Bearer with Vanished is coming up next. We have another donation to get to, and I think I'm going to have to take a short break. Mostly to take care of one or two things. But before we do, I want to make sure to get to this donation. I said I was only going to stream until 6:30, but I think that's going to be very, very wrong. But yeah, the ending of the remake was really, really dumb. As usual, somehow, some way, the Wicker Man needed to have a happy ending. That was also creepy at the end because somebody else comes in and is going to be tricked by the island. Come on, man. Justin, heading toward number 3, we have Opeth to Rid of Disease and Folklore, who asked about me earlier. Tell them thanks for thinking about me. I didn't know Dream Theater had an upcoming album. Yeah, there's a couple folks that were wondering how you were doing. I guess they hadn't seen you in a bit, or they hadn't been in the stream for a bit. Thank you very much for the 14. Wants that to go towards number 3. Yeah, Dream Theater has a new album coming out in 2019. Yeah, so that will be early 2019. So far, they've said that it has a bit of images and words laced in it and everything like that. I personally wish they hadn't said that. I wish they'd let the music do the talking because the 34-second clip that's been available for the last couple of days doesn't really have that vibe to it whatsoever. It sounds a little bit more geared. It would basically be like images and words in this version of Dream Theater, so there's a lot of heaviness to it. 3-hour stream at least today. It's looking that way. We have a long queue. This is lengthy. This is like bad song stream style long. Like I said, I am going to take a short little break. I have a couple things I want to take care of. I will return momentarily. One thing that I will be doing is discussing some sort of food option because, yeah, didn't expect this. So, give me a couple of moments. Enjoy Pallbearer. This is a great song. This is off of Foundations of Burden. This might be another good band for you if you're in the mood, Eric, to do a little bit of writing. If you need something that has a very grim and slow, foreboding mood, this could be a great band to listen to while doing that. I'll be right back, folks. Don't go away. The Ghost I Used to Be by Pallbearer. I may have to leave temporarily here in a little bit. Covet with Glimmer is going to be up next. We have a very long queue, but unfortunately, like I said, I may have to leave here for a little bit, so I may have to return maybe a little bit later. Yeah, things have been, like I said, not the best over the past 15 hours. I want to thank you guys, though, for the absolute outpouring of support you've shown thus far. We're going to get through a couple more songs in the queue. I think we are going to go until around 6 or 6:30, probably a little bit closer to 6:30, and then I am going to have to go. So if there's still songs left on the queue, then they will have to hold off until Monday. Andrew, thank you very much. It's been a really bad day overall, and so nothing to concern yourselves with. You know, I'm fine. The cats are fine. You know, Miss CKN's not having the best of days, so I think we're gonna maybe take an evening. I wanna, you know, sometimes you have to look at real life a little bit, and you want to do everything. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Whenever the stream was first getting started, about how you sometimes, and Art Alex Harris from Everclear had a great phrase for this. It's called "try to be everything to everyone." And you can't really do that. But there are some folks, there are certain people in your life that you should be more to, you know. And so I want to make sure that she feels a little bit better. So a little less than an hour, we're probably going to head out. So what I'm going to do, that way there's no confusion. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Right there. Donations are going to be closed from here on out. Donations are closed at the moment. But you know, this goes back even to just whenever you make your content or anything, or if you happen to be in any sort of art, the sort of the struggles that you face. You know, being an artist is extremely free. You know, it's kind of a really cool opportunity that you have in order to be artistic and share that art with the world. But it seems like these days everybody wants you to make the art that they want, or the content that they want, or anything like that. And we've entered into such a strange age where it feels and seems like there's a lot of selfishness that exists out there. You know what I mean? I did hear about the Bad Omen situation in Average Alien. That was really weird. That was an odd situation. And of course, you know, Bad Omens is sort of like backpedaling a little bit whenever it comes to that whole situation and saying, hey, you know, that's not the reason why, blah, blah, blah. And again, it seems like such a perfect metaphor for the age, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like a really perfect metaphor for the age where we are so affected by the small things, as opposed to maybe being realizing or being very aware of the bigger things that actually do deserve our attention, or perhaps our anger. Karda Mimit is up next. This is requested from Maru Hayus Helia. The funny thing is that last night during the Steeler game, I was doing like Google Translates on just random German, and was pronouncing it, like, I guess pretty flawlessly, but everything else I'm just screwed. Maybe I should just Stick to jamming. That was Coven. Yeah, the band that you just heard is Covet with their song Glimmer. But yeah. So we will probably... We're end a little early. Not really early, to be perfectly honest, because I planned to only be here till about 6:30 anyway. It looked like with the queue and everything that it was going to have to be a much longer stream, and I think it's best to just kind of go with what we have for the moment. This is meant to be at its kind of real inception, just a little bit of an introduction toward what we were doing with VIDEOMANIA. Sort of meant to be a shorter stream, and then we were going to assault it on Monday, and we are going to assault it on Monday still. That is still very much going to happen, but for right now, we're going to take our leave here in about a little less than an hour, and we'll have, I can tell you, I can guarantee you, we're going to have songs to play on Monday from today's stream, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Because remember, we also have all requests streamed for free Q2, which is supposed to pick up the gaps where there are no requests, which we have not had any gaps like that thus far. So when we will get into that will definitely be determined by when we experience those gaps during the streaming series, or may just have to have a random stream during one of the days where there's no donations or anything like that. It's just us playing some of those songs. I've considered that in the past. I've also considered during the break to just stream without any sort of voice and just play some of the releases that I've been listening to over the course of the past week. But realized that by doing that, that's probably a violation of TOS. Either that or a real easy way to get a strike. What I think the new Deftones album will be like, I think that if you take a listen to what they've done kind of from Diamond Eyes into Koino Yokon, you kind of get an idea of sort of the direction that they'll be heading or kind of going toward with that, and I think that's where what you can expect. I have to change this. Mother and daughter. That doesn't fail to make me smile, ever. The mama looks like she wants out. What's up, little Blazy? How you doing? Yeah, Blazy, or Mama has to go live her life. She can't just be stuck in here sleeping all day. Although I tell you, the last couple days she's been sleeping in here during the day and has been calm as crap. She's only not calm, it seems, whenever oh crap. She's only calm, it seems, during the afternoon and the evening, and then whenever the night comes, like the deeper you get into the nights, the more she gets really antsy. And I think it's because she's very used to eating as much as she could in order to survive whenever she was outside. Arion with Age of Shadows, and We Are Forever. This is long track off of 01011001 from 2008. I think this is kind of an underrated and underappreciated album from Arion, only because it's one where you just had the release of The Human Equation. Hi, Blaze. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? You just had the release of The Human Equation, and that album's a masterpiece. And as a result, anything that was just going to be kind of... anything else was just going to sort of feel like it was there, or like it was trying to match it, and it's kind of a hard album to debate against because it's very strong still. Blazy here with me. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna roll in about 40 minutes or so. or 50 minutes, should I say. The thing about the human equation of Water Blanc is that while it may not have, while 01011001 has more standout tracks, I think the storyline to the human equation is just so relatable in some ways, despite the fact that it's extremely abstract. And you know, like that movie Inside Out, where you're experiencing different emotions, memories, and then of course what's going on in the outside world. The ending to that album is sort of like the ultimate, like, troll from Arion, from Argent. Blaze has learned how to eat from a plate. She's eaten both wet and dry food, so now she's actually ahead of the other cats, because the other kittens are still so in love with the dry food, they don't even really have much interest in the wet food. Cornell has now started to come in while Mama and Blaze eat, and I think he's been sampling some of it, but Amelia and Ember seem like the only thing that they want is the dry food, and Blaze seems like she's very preferential toward wet food, though she'll eat dry food if she must. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's kind of funny in a way that you can sort of have different personalities within the same animal. I thought I started one of these. Okay, whatever. What was really interesting was, I remember the album that we reviewed a couple years back from Arion that had like an absurd number of songs, and they were trying to like link them all together. That one was a little busy, and I remember talking with, I actually got a chance to talk with Arjun about that, because he commented on the video, and then we were able to communicate a little bit afterward. And, you know, that was obviously by design, and it was a very unique idea and a very new sort of thing for him, and he kind of liked that because it made, for him, I guess it made the storytelling aspect a little bit easier. Oh god, yeah, Crimson Sky, these cats are fucking spoiled, brother. They are spoiled to death. All the attention in the world, all the love in the world, and all the patience in the world. Tyler, I was listening to some of that album today. It sounds really, really good thus far. I'm about halfway through it, so look for maybe a review tomorrow. I'm hoping to actually get this review completed, unlike the Haken review, which honestly, I think that review didn't happen because there's not much really to say about it. It was kind of a letdown. It was kind of a letdown. I was sort of expecting a little bit more from it. The epic that was right in the middle of it was awesome, but aside from that, it was just kind of, it was there. It was meh. It was okay. Bloodbath was pretty decent. That one sort of tailed off near the end of that album. And I'll be talking about this album in a big video down the line, but Monstrosity's new album had that same effect, only the sort of letdown of the material didn't come until really, really deep in that album, so it didn't affect it as much. But the new Monstrosity album is a damned riff fest. Holy shit! If you like the guitar and you like death metal, you found your heaven with the new Monstrosity album. Are we going to get any free songs today? No, we're not going to, Necro. Everything from here on out is going to be from the queue that's been established from paid tracks. Because like I said, there's a really good chance that we're not going to get through everything. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. So we will have songs to play whenever whenever we reconvene on Monday. Michael Ziegler, if you're still here, I hope that you are, because I have a rule. I don't play songs unless I know the person is present in chat. So Michael, if you are here, I hope that you're able to come on Monday as well, on the off chance that we don't make it to your tracks this afternoon / evening. The Seventh Circle and Memento Mori from Architects, and Polar Dream by Stellar Circus. I'm checking the, I can do everything via, no, we don't touch the keyboard, little one. We don't touch the keyboard, little one. Remember that. You guys are figuring out how to do weird stuff, like You're figuring out how to do weird stuff like putting date stamps everywhere on Notepad. I have no clue how to even do that. They're doing it with hotkeys. I think it's like it's got to be like an F button, like F4 or something. I don't know. I tried. Nope. Well, whatever. I go off of date stamps though, and by the looks of it, actually, we will get to your songs, Michael. So, oh, you know what? You had to send me donations in order to communicate with me. Okay. So, I wonder about that. Philibante. That came out this week, didn't it? Oh, shit. I need to get into that as well. Time is like... I've never fully gotten used to releases coming out on Friday, if I'm being honest. I used to love it whenever everything came out on Tuesday because I could plan my week accordingly. But on the weekends is usually whenever I'm doing things, so that makes it kind of rough. Alrighty, Necro, you have yourself a good one, brother. Just remember, the all request stream for free also. That can be played at any time, any track. That's the only time where I'm okay with playing just anything at any point. Not even if somebody happens to be present. Because it's free, you know. It's meant to fill gaps. Also, since Winter Company's so interested in my experience whenever I go there, surveys are ridiculous, man. Like, I fill out none of them. Just trust me, if I had to fill a survey out every single time I went to, like, the local gas station, good God. I'd be filling one out every day. Kev, yeah, I really do. I hope that the new Dream Theater is really, really good. It's going to definitely be different than The Astonishing in its construction and also in its musical content. They're going to have to focus on individual tracks a lot more, as Blazy is forcing herself under my... Little girl, I love you to death, but I'm a righty, not a lefty. And that's more just, you know, stroking the old note. But I feel very hopeful about Dream Theater. You know, this is an album where Dream Theater does have a bit of a benefit, and I'd mentioned this in the video as well. They do have the benefit where they're coming off a disc that was not very friendly. You know, it wasn't received very friendly by the community overall. So a lot of things are going to sound very good by comparison to that, because for a lot of folks, you know, for everybody really, should I say, that's the last memory of new Dream Theater material. 75 DTs out there. The one that we know has a new album that's definitely coming out. That is brand new news, is Dream Theater, because we got the little sampler, the little preview track. Mangini was able to do a couple things as far as the writing process was concerned, but he was largely left out because The Astonishing was a massive, like, I think it was a massive Petrucci idea that then essentially the remaining members just got to contribute to, you know, with some things, but not really with original ideas. Am I doing alright? I'm here. You know. You bought The Astonishing, but you still haven't heard it yet? Okay. First of all, set aside a lot of time. Set aside a lot of time. It is a long son of a gun. Second of all, do your best to ignore everything that you've heard from us or anybody else online and try your best to go in with an open mind. So... And I say that not so much because I'm wrong or anybody's wrong or blah blah blah. Music is subjective. Don't go in there thinking, oh, this is going to suck, and then try to go in with even expectations. You know, with a very like a very grayscale opinion. Like start at a base, you know, start at a base 0. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do think of that. The new Therion album. 3 hours. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what band did a 3-hour album correctly. That would be Swallow the Sun. Swallow the Sun was able to do it. Shut the fuck. Hi, hi, Mango. What's going on? How goes it? Shut the front door. Y'all in this. Metal Fury, are you still here? Metal Fury, do you still walk among us? That will be very much determining which of our songs will go next. Score on the new Haken record. I'd have to look at my log. I actually would have to look at my log on that one. Which I will get out. I have no problem getting that out. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Hello. I put everything on... Okay, Metal Fury left. Okay, good to know. Good to know. God, jeez. Everything is being so uncooperative right now. Okay, so he left. So, I'm going to get to Michael's tracks, Michael Ziegler, which again, I'm very, very thankful for. I'm still going to keep them up and running, just in case he happens to not be here. I didn't see him respond to my message, so I might, you know what, I probably would be best just to hold off. Probably be best just to hold off. So, we're going to move to, potentially, Neil. Neil Childs, are you in the building? You are, because I just saw your message there, so... We're up to Queens of the Stone Age with I Lost My Headache. That's going to be our next track. Again, Michael Ziegler, if you happen to be in the house, please do let me know. That way I can get to your tracks. This is a longer track. I forgot all about this song. I think... Also, you know, the real death knell, or like the real thing that's pissing me off right now, is this damned McRib ad. It's 15 seconds. You can't skip it. It's dumb as hell. I had my McRibs the other day. I will never want a McRib until the next time they come out. So I just no longer care. The new Haken album in my log. No play with chords, Blazy Ba. The new Haken record got a 21 out of 30. Which I'm sure, if Andy or Lurch were present, would say that I was way too kind to it. They were both not very keen on the album from my conversations with them. Blaze, you just can't seem to make up your mind. You want to be on the ground? Do you want to be up here with me? Do you want to be somewhere else? What do you want to do, girly girl? You want to just lay there? You want to lay there and clean yourself? Okay, just lay there and clean yourself. Ordering some pizza, man, that sounds darn good. But I'll tell you what I can't do. I cannot have pizza in this apartment while Mama's around. The last 2 times I've gotten pizza here, I've gotten to eat it whenever I first got it, but by the end of the night, Mama had somehow gotten her way into the box and taken little bites out of all of the pieces of pizza, drug them across the floor. It's terrible. In fact, I could have had a better final song. Yeah, I agree. That's one of the problems. It's very inconsistent as a record. But that epic in the middle. Woo-hoo. DiGiorno. Hi, Kitty Pie. Pursued Mist, thank you very much, my friend. Happy Friday to you as well. Mara's thinking of ways that she can liberate Blaze. If only you like lived right down the street, Maru. You'd be a perfect candidate. You'd be a perfect cat candidate. Now, now Blazy's in the little monster box, which is typically accompanied by emo. Got our own little home now, a little house. Oh, that's what? Wow, Danger Kitty. Oh, by the way, Christmas kitten video, very real thing, very real thing. Selfishly hoping that gets funded, but of course we're. Unfortunately, donations right now are turned off. They have been discontinued for the evening, mostly because I will be departing in about 30 minutes, and we do have a queue to get to. I'm trying to get to as many of those songs as possible. So if you do have requests and we do not get to them, do come back on Monday or Wednesday or Friday of next week, and I will certainly play those songs. I will play those songs. I'm trying to get to as many as we can tonight. No, it's the Atlantic. It's the Atlantic Water Blanc. The Pacific Ocean would be if maybe she was like in Japan or like Russia, and I was on the California coast. I'm on the East Coast, so the only ocean... Actually, that's a lie. I've seen the Pacific Ocean. I'm dumb. Yeah, I'm on the Atlantic side. So actually, there's the Atlantic Ocean between us as well, Water Blanc. Am I going to do a Top Albums of 2018 video? Yes! In fact, one of the ideas that I had for Listmania was turning it from a top 30 into a top 50. Because as of right now, I'm probably only going to do a top 30. But maybe I'll make it some form of incentive. Some form of incentive. Alright, Lazy Bob. See you later, Riff. You have yourself a good one. Thanks for stopping out, man. And thanks for the donations. I'll have to go through and see if there's anything left over of riffs and put it on the queue for next time. I think that there is. Only one track. Stop playing with the cord, Lazy Bob. She loves playing with my headphone cord, and it's causing some issues. I'm not gonna lie. It's causing some problems. You're lucky I love you. You're lucky you're a cat and you can't buy me a new pair of headphones if you end up breaking these. She's silly. And she has a little cat toy, like, right on the other side of this couch that she could play with. But she doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to do that. She wants to play with the cord, because the cord makes, you know, the cord moves every time I move, and that doesn't move unless she, like, plays with it, so she, of course, wants the thing that's moving at all times, which makes sense. You know, it's hunting. It's hunting. Alright, see you later, Riff. Do I have any favorite albums from this week? You mean that were, like, released this week? I would say no. Mostly because I haven't gotten into a lot of it yet, aside from the New Architects, which I just, like I said, started listening to a little bit today. So, the album that I listened to this week, though, that I love the most out of all of them, and is actually going to be very, very high up on the end of the year list, is The Persistence by King Crow. King Crow is... it's just an absolutely amazing... Hold on. King Crow is just great. Blaze, I know where you're going. I know what you're doing. Anyway, The Persistence by King Crow is... it's kind of a hybrid between prog rock and prog metal, the same way that if you're familiar with November or Wolverine, if you're familiar with those two bands, then I feel like that album is right there in the same vein. They could almost be complementary to albums from Wolverine and November in the 2000s, and even more contemporary as well. I might even be able to show you a little bit of what I mean, depending on where this is at. In my little collection over here. By the way, so happy that these are just lingering around at a store. These are 2 albums from Wolverine, Machina Viva and Communication Lost. Communication Lost, right up here, this top one is from 2011, and Machina Viva is more recent. I would still absolutely adore to have their older work. The Window Purpose is that is kind of like a holy grail album for me. So I hope that I can find that sometime in my lifetime. Twistle, you have yourself a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, Diabara. I will still keep the challenge open that if, for some strange reason, somebody or collectively, like $5,000 gets donated, I'll listen to that whole album. I will drive myself to madness for only if the price is right. You know the funny thing about that Tenacious D album, Andrew? I actually kind of have no desire to listen to it. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. I have no desire to listen to the new Tenacious D at all. Much less review it. I don't know if they're a band that just sort of has lost their, like, sort of their glimmer or their luster in my eyes, or if it's just like, it's not something that's very much important to my radar. I don't know. In a Manica by Sirenia is up next. Again, keeping very close tabs of my time. Without looking back, had enough. Oh, the flu shot made your knees ache? Yeah, it can do that. Whenever your body gets those vaccines, it's basically training itself to fight off strands of the flu, which you probably know that. But yeah, I've had body aches after getting my flu shot this year as well. Do I have an album of the decade in mind? That's a really good question, actually, and I am going to have to consider that next year because, like, it's the first real time that I've ever been doing this for like an entire decade of life. So there's a couple of really strong candidates. Phantom Antichrist by Creator is easily, I would say, the thrash metal album of the decade. Nothing has really topped that for me. Vector, the Terminal Redux is phenomenal. Really strong disc. I don't know. That's a great question, though. That'll be something I'll have to really consider and have that just destroy my brain as we get closer to Christmas time of next year. And that'd probably be a video that I wouldn't release until 2020 anyway. But yeah, I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it. Brought that up. That's wild. It's sometimes wild to me that it has been that long. Like, it almost doesn't even make any sort of logical sense to me. I know, Justin, that you'll probably be here on Monday, so I'll make sure to get Opeth's 2 tracks, To Rid the Disease, and Folklore in the queue for that. Looks like Monday is going to be a big catch-up day. So make sure to bring your ketchup packets. That way we can eat them. Eat them, I guess. Have I listened to Sabaton? Yeah, I've reviewed Sabaton in the past. I think it was 2016 or last year, maybe. But yeah, listen to Sabaton. I don't know why Sabaton gets some hate. Like, Sabaton gets some hate. I don't get that. I figured Sabaton would be pretty well received. And Avatar, I figured, would get a little bit more in the way of, like, maybe trouble or, you know, complaint. Even though I think Avatar's pretty fun. The new album is really heavy on the comedy side of the spectrum. It's probably not a bad thing. I can't see that being a real massive problem. It almost seems like it would be what you'd expect from the start from them. So like the fact that there's other, you know, like the musical aspect is so strong on some of those, some of their other works is kind of surprising. And I think that was the pleasant surprise to a lot of listeners, was that they were more than just a like jokey Jack Black band, but they also had the musical talent to back it up. We are right now very, very heavy into Water Blancathon. Up next we have Water Blanc, who requested Paramore's Part 2, Neil Child, Smashing Pumpkins with Mayonnaise, and then Gamma Ray with Rebellion in Dreamland from Water Blanc as well. And I'm wondering, that might end up being the last track of the day. That might end up being the last track of the day. Which, if it does happen to be, then I'll have Gimme 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 and Theater of Tragedy for you, Water Blanc, to play. Tomorrow I'll have Hamarja, or Harmaja rather, with Sedanta Vela. And then I already put Riff's ISIS track on cue. But yeah, this is Sirenia with In a Manica. I'm trying to remember how long Mayonnaise is by Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, this is the album by Sirenia that I remember the most of at 6s and 7s, because there was a track off of this, and I'll be fucked if I can remember which one it was, that was included on a prog/power compilation that I got from a dude a long time ago, whenever I was part of the Iron Maiden bulletin board. So that tells you how long ago it was. Bulletin boards were still a big thing, as opposed to everybody just talking about stuff on... I miss bulletin boards in the capacity that, you know, it's essentially the same thing as a thread on Facebook. There's not much difference to it, I suppose, but I don't know. I feel like you just get a little bit more. You get a little bit more from, or you got a little bit more from things back then, and maybe it's partially due to the fact that, you know, we wanted to talk about this stuff, as opposed to now you just get a lot of memes and things like that. Does the Smashing Pumpkins count as shoegaze? There are some songs of theirs that can border on it a little bit, but they are mostly just an alternative rock band. Their earlier work had a little element to it that was present, but once you got into Melancholy, it was not what you knew the band for. Mega Metallica mix with both bands. I tried at one point, Bobby Cash, way back in the day, because I saw that I could combine tracks with my CD burner. This is back whenever I was using like an old Dell desktop, like 2000 maybe. Maybe it was even 1999, so we're talking like nearly 20 years ago. I tried to combine Megadeth songs in order to make them a bigger idea. So, like, I remember that I had Holy Wars and Warhorse. Was it Warhorse? Like, it was two songs where it was Holy Wars, ... the punishment, you know. The ... was right there. So I put those two together and made it Holy Horse. It was dumb. Like, it was the cringiest, like, high school idea. It didn't work as well, by the way. It just played the first song. It was... What a failure it was. I was so disappointed. I looked a lot like Blaze Bayley. Dude, there is a compliment right there, because Blaze is, at least in his younger days, was a beautiful man. Nowadays he's getting a little, he got a little chunky. It got a little chunky. But then again, age does that to us all. So if that's my future, then oh well, you know. And I love Blaze Bayley as well. I love Blaze Bayley. There's a couple of albums from his solo discography that I'm missing in my collection. I have everything up to Blood and Belief. So these most recent couple are the ones that I'm actually missing. M-A-N-G-O spells mango. I've heard part of the new Architects album, Evil Toad. It's pretty good. CKN, that's me. It's been one of those days. It's been kind of a crappy day, but the stream has gone really well. Y'all have been extremely generous and very cool, and it's been a lot of fun to be back. You know, it's been 9 days since I've got the chance to sit down and converse with you guys, and so I hope you guys are actually doing well. I saw the books that you picked up. That one on South Park looks like it's going to be super good. Kind of reminds me of the like Blank and Philosophy series. Like I have one for House MD, House and Philosophy, and like those are really interesting books. So I'm expecting that with especially the fan of South Park that you are, Mango. I know that you'll probably really enjoy that, or have enjoyed it. Celtic Girl Blaze's work on his first 3 solo albums is super good. The emotion in his voice is heard, and sometimes whenever his voice falters him a little bit, where it kind of bubbles or sounds like he's not in the most strong position, or he's trying to, you know, strain to hit a note, that actually helps some of the songs because it gives them a real emotion. It gives them a real, like, sort of landscape. 9 Days of Agony. I expected to do a lot more. Like, I expected to get a lot more done than I did. But, it got cold and then warm and then cold. And extreme temperature shifts kill my body. Yeah, but the new Architects is, from what I've heard thus far, pretty darn good. You know, it's different than the things that we talk about sometimes, but it's also a very reflective album. You can definitely tell that they have a lot of respect and love, and have dealt with death in. You know, they've tried to deal with death by using music as that outlet. Mayonnaise by the Smashing Pumpkins. That's a remaster. We're going to go with the OG. We got to go with OG. Solve a Siamese Dream. Again, like I said, I really wish that I could just recall how long every track is. But, yeah, just too much information. Too much info. So all depending, we may have 2 more tracks left. So we would have Rebellion in Dreamland, and then we'd have Harmaja. Actually hoping to get to both of those. And maybe we'll even get a chance to end with some ABBA. I don't know. We'll see. Did you miss any of your songs? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I was looking for Michael whenever I should have been looking for you, Dominic. No, you didn't. Okay, that was my mistake. So, you're here, which means we're going to go back to Dominic's tracks. You had, Dominic, correct me if I'm wrong, you had the 2 Architect songs and then Polar Dream by Stellar Circuits, correct? One of the big problems that I have with Blaze's maiden work is the writing. Some of the writing is tremendous, but others is really bad. Indeed. Okay, so Dominic, we will get your songs played before we depart. So Rebellion in Dreamland will have to wait until next time. We have a trio of tracks from Dominic that we're going to play in order to end the stream, which is probably for the better. Because Dominic, I'm not sure if you would have been able to make it on Monday anyway. I was getting a little concerned that maybe I missed out for you. But we'll get those tracks played. So I'll have a couple of tracks for you, Waterblanc. I'll have a couple of tracks I'll have one track for Maru. I'll have a track for the Rift Notebook and for Metal Fury. I wasn't planning on, say, streaming tomorrow, obviously, considering it's not a typical stream day. But if I were to happen to pop on for just a little bit, don't be totally shocked. I was going to hopefully take tomorrow and record and edit. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because it's looking like it might be a wise choice for me to... Well, it doesn't really matter. We can... How many songs do we have here in our queue? We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'd have 8. It's really not all that bad. It's not really all that bad. So I think we can pull it off. And plus, we'll get to hear a little bit of Architects. So for those of you who maybe don't know who they are, you'll get a little bit of an idea through these next couple of songs. And then we have Polar Dream by Stellar Circus. Why are donations closed? Because I'm going to be going here in about 15 minutes or so. Had a little thing, had some things kind of come up that require attention. It was meant to be a shorter stream anyhow, but yeah, other things, some things in real life kind of took over, so I had to make the choice to cut things a little short tonight, unfortunately. But you know, that's part of it. That's part of life sometimes. I was only planning on being here till 6:30, but it looked like that was going to get a lot longer, a lot lengthier, and I was happy about that. But then I went out on a break and found out about a couple of other things that require my attention. So we'll have to go with the OG plan of 6:30, or like 6:30-ish. So apologies, Evil Toad, if you had any plans on dropping for the stream. We will be back on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. All of those streams will start probably in the range of 3 to 3:30, so they'll be a little bit earlier. They'll be a little bit earlier than what we have thus far. So Architects with the 7th Circle, shorter little track, in order to get us started. This is off of Holy Hell, so this is brand spanking new. Very, very short track on the record. No chocolate to give you energy? This isn't helping me much. It's been a rough day, I'm telling you. Pain-wise, it's been a bad one. Yesterday, like last night, whenever the temperature started to really sink, and we just had a big rain, like a big rain/weather system push through, and I tell you what, I went over for the football game to my parents' place last night, like I always do, and American football, of course. I could barely get out of my car. Like, that's how bad that the lower half of my body just ached. Gems PS4? You can put that in your music if you like. Art is an expression of self, and if that is something that you feel very strongly about, I would not worry about that whatsoever. You do you. The worst thing you can do for yourself is to try to force yourself to write something you don't really want to write. You know what I mean? It should instead be something that is your reflection. Memento Mori. This is from All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. Remember whenever we reviewed this album? This album was very, very good. And I remember this track being exceptionally impressive. This ended the album, if I recall. This is Memento Mori. And this right here, even in the video, it says in memory of Tom Cyril. Oh, the new Amaranth album. It sure was an album that existed, and exists, and is sold, and, you know. Recently discovered my very favorite Black Sabbath song with Ozzy. Ah, A National Acrobat. Funnily enough, A National Acrobat also contains some very interesting lyricism that was mentioned in a video by the Angry Video Game Nerd for the game Earthbound, speaking about entities that have lived and died 1,000 deaths. The lyricism on that is fantastic, and it really could go down to a whole brand new style of horror, or a brand new style of philosophy. Neil, you have yourself a good one. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Waterblanc. To me, it was an album that just... It kind of came in, did its thing, and that's that. I don't know. I wish that I could say that I had higher hopes for it. I don't think that it's too bad, but I also think that it could have been better. As Mario just said, it's a bit too polished. It has a little bit more... It's not rugged. It feels very in your face with its, I guess, attempt at prettiness. Whenever it comes to the production, and whenever it comes to the content. I don't know. Like, it's a weird case. Yeah, I think Josh did contribute to this. Well, not to this. This is off of the last album. You'll notice that the new album is a little bit... It's a little different. Holy Hell is reflective, but it is still very aggressive. Have I heard of Fractal Gates? Fractal Gates is actually on my watch later list. It's actually the, like, I don't want to say it's the next album on it, but it's pretty darn close. So it's coming up. Hi, Goku. Unfortunately, brother, donations are closed for the evening. I'm going to be leaving very soon, so apologies that you just got here, and I'm going to be peacing out, but that's, real life has kind of taken over a little bit. But I'm glad to see you, dude. I hope that you're able to join us next week. So next week we will be streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as per usual. We are fully on board. See you later, Evil Toad. See you next week, man. They're pretty great. Good. Good. Oh, I am. That makes me excited. Kind of makes me want to move it up that list. I saw that album and immediately I had to click watch later. You know, something about it just kind of clicked and it seemed really cool. I still love the fact that I have these Wolverine albums. Very happy with that. They are very much prizes of my collection, even though they're not the albums from their discography that I want the most. But still, I just like the band. Mwah, DiGiorno. I'll have to read that. Off Monday and the rest of the week. Oh, off Monday and the work rest of the week. That stinks. Well, in that case, we're going to have fun on Monday, my friend. We're going to have a good time on Monday, brother. We're going to have a good-ass time. How you been liking RDR2? I know you really like Spider-Man. Did RDR2 maybe supersede it? Maybe? Maybe kind of, sort of? Who here has heard of the controversy behind one YouTuber in Red Dead Redemption 2 based off of something that he did in-game? Oh, your work assigned you to a day which you would have gone to a concert. Ugh. I hate that. I hate that so much. Whenever you request it off, and the problem that I always had would be that I would request a day off, and then I would end up on a schedule for that day, and I'd have to go to the schedule maker and say, hey, I had that day requested off like a month ago, or 2 months ago, or whatever. So, what's the deal? You know? Now, obviously, they would give me the day. You know, they would give me the day back. Mostly because I told them, yo, if you keep me in on this day, I'm going to tell you right now, I won't be coming in. Because in most cases, the days that I would request off would be days where I was going to Ohio to hang out with my tech department. So, like, my excuse 100% would be, yo, I will literally not be in the state that day. So unless y'all think that I can clone myself, you won't be seeing me. I don't know what kind of situation you're in, Waterblanc, where I'm not sure if you have the ability to maybe do that. You know, not so aggressively, obviously, just, you know, maybe remind them, hey, I had requested this day off. But, you know, something to consider, especially, you know, €30 down the drain. That stinks. What show are you going to go to? What show are you going to go to, Waterblanc? Alright, Andrew, you have yourself a good one. Hopefully I'll see you on Monday. Oh, you're not on good terms. Okay, well, damn. Best course of action is just to become a stripper. Wait, that's not the best course of action at all. That is the wrong thing to do. Don't listen to me.
You can't hang on to yourself. You don't have to try not to hang on to yourself. It can't be done. And that is salvation.
Yeah, that's salvation.
Memento mori. Be mindful of death.
Sad part is one of my friends actually is a stripper. And certainly interesting sometimes to talk to a stripper on like a strict friends basis, you know? We have a problem here. Hold on. Stellar Circuits. Polar Dream? I'm not seeing that. Interesting. That one I think I'm going to have to replace on the list. Dominic, if you happen to be still in the hall, Polar Dream by Stellar Circuits, I'm not seeing that on here. So I'm unsure if maybe you meant something, meant a different song maybe. I do not see that here on the old YouTube machine. I only strip on occasion. Oh, Dominic, you are still here. Yeah, exactly. It is just a job. But I think that's really interesting about it is whenever you hear about stripper problems, and the first thing is that you realize that people are fucking ridiculous. People are fucking assholes that need to calm the hell down and recognize that this is a profession. This is not, you know, these individuals are not going to clubs, taking off their clothes for your money, and then that means that all of a sudden they are your girlfriend, or they're going to have sex with you. Waterblanc, I actually kind of lost count because I realized somebody else also donated toward that video. So I guess I'll tell you on Monday. If you look at the VideoMania paste bin though, oh boy, there's something in there that I regret putting in there. There is a potential prize in there that I do regret. Yeah, Gems, that's about it. We can just play Go With Your Ghost. Alright, Go With Your Ghost sounds good to me. I'm not sure if maybe that's a newer song. Not Go With Your Ghost, but the one that you had requested. But here's something very interesting. The album cover for the Architects song we just played has a big old white thing in the center of it, and the album cover for Stellar Circuits, same deal. It's like they're complementary or something, and in fact it moved. It has moved in context to where it is on the... Anyway. And it also has leaves around it now, or like something. This is going to be our final track of the day. This is Go With Your Ghost by Stellar Circuits. Thanks to everybody who stopped out and hung out for a little bit. Apologies that we have to run a little bit early tonight, but that's just kind of how it goes. So, yeah, let's just say that if we somehow, someway make it to $3,000, 24 hours of CKN, $1,000 of Toys for Tots, and a little something all the money that you didn't goes to number 5. You'll have to remind me that on Monday there, Goku, because I will forget like crazy. I guarantee you. What the heck? At what time will I be streaming this Monday? Sometime between 3 and 3:30, so about an hour earlier than today is my hope. That is my hope. I was thinking about that new metal video like last week. I was just in the car and I found myself just talking, because that's how I sort of practice a little bit. You know, so I talk to myself in the car. First sign of madness. And that was one of the topics. I was thinking about like 98, 99, 2000. I thought about the new metal that I listened to, and I was just like, wow, not bad. Yeah, it's Eastern time. Eastern Standard Time. Correct. So, you know, you'll have to adjust to your local listings. What time zone are you in, Celtic Girl? I'm just curious. Are you also in Eastern Time? Or are you in those wonky time zones? You know what I hate? Speaking of wonky times, daylight savings time. Western Cali. Okay, so you're Pacific. You're West Coast. So already, if you request new metal songs, dude, absolutely. That might help me with the video. They didn't post this. Ah, that's probably why the one song wasn't available there. I can definitely make a notation of that. Stellar Circuits with Go With Your Ghost. Yeah, because I dig what I'm hearing here. It's a little bit... like, there's enough of a, like, alternative influence here to go along with the little slight metalcore that I really like it. So this is almost like, especially where I'm seeing the clean vocals here, there's a little bit of a Deftones there. And, really, I would almost consider them a little bit complimentary toward Under Oath as well, which is pretty nice. But anyways, folks, thank you very much to everybody who stopped out today. Thanks to everybody who decided to donate. I'm going to get that message out of the way. That way I don't keep that up. We'll have some songs to play on Monday from this stream. Unless I do drop in tomorrow for a little bit. Still a possibility. I'm not ruling it out. But don't expect it. And aside from that, thanks to everybody who came. I hope to see you guys on Monday. Take care.